What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market because that is simply impossible to do. So do as I do. Dollar cost average into every month. Into your favorite stock or into your stockbroker's account or give money to your financial advisor to invest on your behalf. So let's see what the market says. So it says here the S&P 500 crosses 6,300. Nasdaq notches record with big tech set to take earnings spotlight. So it says U.S. stocks closed mixed on Monday, but the Nasdaq Composite and the S&P 500 managed to notch fresh records. Wall Street began a busy week of big tech highlighted earnings and eyed the continued risk with an S around President Trump's tariffs. So the tech-heavy Nasdaq gained about 0.4%, notching its sixth consecutive record close following last week's record-setting rally in growth names. The S&P 500 rose just over 0.1% to close above 6,300 for the first time ever. That's a good thing. So meanwhile, the Dow Jones Industrial Average flipped from gains to close just below the flat line. So this week sees investor focus dominated by two topics: clarity on U.S. trade policy as the implementation of sweeping new tariff looms on August 1st, and earnings from tech heavyweights. So earnings season shifts into high gear this week with Alphabet and Tesla set to release updates on Wednesday. So look out for Wednesday. The first of the Magnificent Seven to report for the second quarter. Strong results could validate stretch valuations as the market's focus on AI growth is once again attracting comparisons to historic tech bows. So on the trade front, the EU is said to be stepping up the scope of its retaliation if it fails to strike a trade pact with the U.S. Trump's increasingly hardline stance and EU member opposition to concessions are denting hopes for an agreement. So over the weekend, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick reaffirmed the White House August deadline for new tariffs, calling it a hard stop. So Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said the administration is prioritizing the quality of trade deals over simply making them. So meanwhile, solid quarterly earnings results from Cleveland Cliffs and Verizon Communications lifted those stocks. Cleveland Cliffs' second quarter financial report beat Wall Street's projection as the steel producer got a boost from Trump's tariffs. Also on Monday, Domino's Pizza. Is that Domino's? Yeah, reported sales ahead of expectations as new products drew buyers, helping offset the impact of tariff uncertainty. This tariff thing is it's nothing to play with. So of the 59 S&P 500 companies that have already released results, 86% have outpaced Wall Street consensus estimates. That is a historically strong beat rate, I'll bet, off modest expectations. Hey, and that's it, people. That's why I invest into the S&P 500. It's better than me trying to pick a stock and hope that it goes up. This invest in a diversified S&P 500 fund like SPLG. So let's see what the stocks did today. So it looks like Nvidia lost $1.03 today, closing at $171.38. It's still over a $4 trillion market cap. My information technology ETF FTEC gained 14 cents today, closing at $204.17. My S&P 500 ETF SPLG gained 12 cents today, closing at $73.96. Palantir lost $1.73 today, closing at $151.79. Tesla lost $1.16 today, closing out at $328.49. Broadcom closed at gained $4.87 today, closing at $288.21. Apple gained $1.30 today, closing at $212.48. Meta gained $8.68 today, closing at $712.97. Yeah. And that's it, people. That's it. Quick, fast, and a hurry. As always, get out of debt, people. You have to get out of debt. If you're in debt, get out of debt so that you can invest into your future. You can invest into you. You can invest into your retirement and live a nice, easy, and comfortable life. But you have to create a budget. You have to create a budget to start tackling that debt. Then you pay off that debt. It may take a while. You need to get out of the student loan debt. You need to get out of the credit card debt. You need to get out of the personal loan debt. And you need to get out of the car loan debt. Did I say that already? Either way, get out of debt, people. And then once you get out of debt, right? I'm sorry. Then you can save up your emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. And once you save up those, if you have kids, put money away for your kids' college fund. Then you can start investing 15% of your income into your retirement. Now, when you're paying off debt, it is highly suggested that you stop investing so that all of your money could start tackling your debt. I know you're going to miss years or some time investing, but trust me, it'll pay off in the end. Because if you pay off all your debt in 3 to 5 years, now you have all this money that you can invest, 15% or more. Just depends on your situation, right? And then after you do all those things, you pay off your debt, you create your emergency fund, you invest 15% of your income into your retirement, you fund your kids' college fund. If you have a mortgage, you start tackling your mortgage. Now you can snowball all that money that you have free that is no longer allocated towards debt or your emergency fund towards your mortgage. If you don't have a mortgage and you would like to have a mortgage, save up 20%, put it down on that home and finance that home for 15 years so that you can pay that home off early. And here's the thing, you don't have to own a home. I mean, many people, what you could do is the money that you may invest in a home, you could just invest it into the stock market. I would say you more than likely may possibly gain, the stock market on average has brought back 10% over the last, well, not the stock market, but the S&P 500 has brought back at least 10% over 10% a year on average over the last 100 years. So if you were to invest that money into the stock market and not buy a home and continue to rent, that's fine too. The choice is yours. It just depends on what's important to you. And then after your mortgage is paid off and you have no more bills, you can do what you want to. You can start a business. You can retire early. You can give away more money. You just have options, and there's nothing better than having options. So yeah, so I'm going to end this video. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. People. If you think anything at all. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money, especially if you're not comfortable doing it on your own. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Peace.